Looks like we are back with our second match of the series. We are gonna see ourselves if neXtPlease Gaming can force out a third game, or if we're gonna have a 2-0 in our first series of the Yard Wide Festival. Let's jump right into there. G-Advance, welcome back to the broadcast as well, of course.
Yep, good to be here again. I'm excited for this game as well, because this neXtPlease game, I'm pretty impressed with the way they played. They just made a couple mistakes, really. That's all it was.
They are the more unexperienced team here, and there are quite some veterans on the side of Relax, so it's not a shame to lose against that team, especially not in the somewhat later game. Often, when a newer team plays against a more experienced team, if they start snowballing and can keep up the momentum, they get that game. But the moment it starts to come down to smokes and decision making like that, experience just normally wins it.
Yeah, experience is always best in a slower paced game. In a higher paced game, you have that kind of... people forget to think about how they're playing. They start playing more and more on instinct. And that's perhaps when, you know, a newer, younger team coming out into the scene who perhaps, you know, have just as much talent, have a much better chance of pulling things through. So, as things slow down, Relax just... They were able to get those smokes, they were able to get those pick-ups, and they were able to play a little bit better. neXtPlease just panicked a little bit, almost.
Yeah, that is exactly what happened, so... Your advice would be maybe, like, they had a lot of different cores. We talked about their different initiation methods, and maybe because they had so many, they kind of didn't know what to do. Would you say like they have to go for a more like one thing kind of strategy, one initiation, one plan, instead of multiple plans?
That perhaps is easier to coordinate. It's very, very hard to coordinate when there's, you know, 5 different voices in the channel all saying, I'm going on this guy, I'm going on this guy, this is what we're going to do. Perhaps they need to just go with that, but that's slightly worse in this patch, to be frank, which is a big problem with going for it. So, I mean, maybe that's it. I think maybe they just need to worry about getting BKBs and such more, because BKBs would have been great for them in that game, but they never really got one. They were trying to work for it in the Storm Spirit, but he was just a bit too over-aggressive. He got some great early jumps and stuff, and then after a while he kept on jumping into silences and Nyx Assassin stuns, which is always really painful. Yeah,
those Nyx Assassin stuns were quite on point, by the way, coming out from Solo. Almost didn't know who Razor Steel series Intel was, but that's Solo. There you go. So far, for neXtPlease, they have already gone a different route. I mean, Alchemist there, fair enough. But Nature's Prophet says gives such a different message than the game they had before. Nature's Prophet, split push, turtle, though, I say that, and I do remember the Nature's Prophet that Hani played from Fnatic a couple of nights ago, where he was solo mid, Nature's Prophet, and just was in every single gank early on. So perhaps that is something that they want to implement here as well. I wouldn't mind seeing that, because that's actually pretty effective.
It's very effective, and it's quite easy to do and build for as well. You pretty much just get like phase boots Basilius, and you're already ready to jump on top of people and fight, because you can get to the fight very, very quickly, and you can pick exactly where you want to be positioned, because you TP there, rather than having to run in through certain areas. So yeah, they might want to do that. You can even do that from the off lane. It's a little bit harder to do. It's something generally we see mostly Bone 7 do from, well, now Cloud9. So yeah, it might be that. It might be that more traditional split push style. I hope it's not, because I think neXtPlease played a very good aggressive game in that. They were just making a few mistakes. It's a little bit of surprise from Relax here. Mirana first pick for them? Have you known them to pick Mirana that much?
No, not that much. And I really hope it's not going to be Nexus Mirana. Not because I don't like Nexus Mirana, but because that would be a core carry Mirana. And, I mean, Tamar Wild is their mid player, who is a fairly aggressive player. I don't think I've seen him play Mirana yet. Perhaps we're going to see Shaklo offlane Mirana, though, and I wouldn't mind that. I would actually quite like that, but we'll see. I mean, it's very early to pick that up, because we know that it can be run in different kind of roles, but you normally do want her in one of the core roles, as in one of like either 1, 2, or 3. And her last hit damage is really low, so if you just pick a couple of heroes on the side of neXtPlease that have higher attack damage, you're already doing a lot better than what Relax is doing right now. But Nyx Assassin Enchantress picked up. Now, we know that they didn't run Nyx Assassin as an offlane previous game, so I'm expecting it to be the same this one. And this actually looks like it's still going to be Mirana for Nexus, and therefore they stick with the cat lady strategy.
Cat lady strategy?
Hell's
I
yeah.
can get behind that. Maybe that's it, right? Because we can work out from the draft. Now, here's my super secret logic that Nexus is going to be playing Mirana because he played Luna last.
Yes.
And they're like exactly the same hero, right?
I know. Cats,
at least what
ladies,
they look like, and their background is
arrows.
exactly the same. They just have different skills
Oh, wait,
entirely.
actually, Luna doesn't hit arrows.
No, she throws glaives.
Damn.
I was thinking actually, she throws what looks like your
logo.
Shiva like icon. Yeah, I was playing it the other day. I was like, look, I'm beating people with Shivas, which was confusing and didn't make any sense.
It's funny though. It does look alike, especially the icon of the skill.
Naga Siren by Relax.
Yeah, this is I would expect actually, or at least I hope it's gonna be maybe solo mid Naga Siren.
It's Radiance.
I said solo mid Naga Siren, but
what if it's Radiance Naga Siren?
Split push.
Nobody likes
split push.
that.
That's the opposite of what we saw previous game. If they go for something like that, but they do have an enchantress, and enchantresses need to be aggressive.
10 seconds.
Like that's
they
their
do
strength.
generally need to be, which is something that pub players haven't learned. Midas Rush Enchantress.
Oy.
That is the most like horrible common pub build I've ever seen. We won't see it this game.
No.
We don't need to worry about
Well,
that.
actually, you don't know that for sure.
Oh yeah, God, what if we do see it? It might fit Relax's style though in this game, because if you picked up a Naga Siren, you do run her solo mid, you generally get a lot of levels on her, which means they can very slow pace, because it means you're more likely to always have Song of the Siren up. So going something like a Midas perhaps might work for them. It's a little bit odd to pick Nyx Assassin and Mirana with that if you want a slow-paced game, because generally they don't like that. Mirana likes to be fighting relatively often. She doesn't go great. Even with a huge amount of farm, she's not that great of a carry. She's basically just useful because she's 600 range. And Nyx Assassin, a very aggressive ganking hero. So, I don't know. This might be a support Naga and it could be an offlane Nyx. I don't know.
There's a lot possible. I do like that in drafts though. If we don't like know for sure, we can say like that one's going there, that one's going there. Then of course the opponents might not know that either, and you don't really know what to counter. Now neXtPlease has picked up a Dragon Knight, and I think I can say he's going mid. Crystalmane's gonna support. neXtProf's gonna be on the offlane. Alchemist is gonna be supporting. So they only need a carry. So it's very easy to know what you ban out against them. If you are relaxed, or at least you ban out a core, what role you're banning out, because there's of course a lot of choices. But if you are neXtPlease right here, what are you gonna ban out? Are you gonna ban out a core? Well, no, Naga Siren could be that. Are you gonna ban out a mid? Mirana could, or Naga Siren could be that. Support, they already have to, but they could pick up another one if they run the Nyx Assassin in the mid or in the offlane. It's all possible.
Yeah, there's multiple different things they can do.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we know. And if we go back far enough, we don't even know if that's true as well, because I remember seeing safe lane enchantresses who ignore enchant, and they get like untouchable nature's attendants and just run around as a carry, which is hilariously awful. Like, I hope it's not that, because Naga Siren Mirana is a great combo for them. So I think it's possibly a support Naga, and it might be one of those core Nyx Assassins. I don't know. It could even be a support Mirana.
Well, they ran Nyx Assassin support
very adaptable.
Previous game. So
you'd
like,
expect it.
Like you would expect it to support Nyx Assassin.
But Naga Siren Mirana in the same lane is a great combo. It's almost too hard to pass up.
True.
Although it's not great versus Nature's Prophet, because Nature's Prophet can put the he can put his Treants to block the arrows even while he's netted. So possibly not fantastic safe lane combo for them. I think it might be a Naga mid. What if it's Radiance?
Well, neXtPlease has banned out a Queen of Pain, so they were expecting none of these heroes mid, but I think they were wrong, because Rubik picked up means Rubik support, assuming Rubik support, as we have seen him mid in the past few times, but Rubik support together with the Enchantress means Nyx Assassin, Mirana and Naga are going to be the core heroes. Now, I was a bit surprised about the ban that Relax did, because they banned out a Pugna. And I was kind of expecting still to be having a core hero picked up, but maybe Relax was assuming perhaps the Dragon Knight's going to be on the safe lane farming, and they still need a mid hero instead? Or what do you expect from that?
I think actually the Pugna ban is kind of a smart one, because if you think about, you can put the Pugna on the safe lane, right? You can put him as a farming hero, and you just go Arcane Boots mech. 10 minutes into the game, Arcane Boots mech on your Pugna, your Dragon Knight's got whatever, your Nature's Prophet's probably not got a huge amount, they go and push a lane. You are not defending that lane, not with these heroes. You don't have a huge amount of anti-push, you basically have Rubik to do that. They can take 2 tier 2 towers if they do that, so I think it's a kind of smart ban. They'll probably pick up a more standard carry, but neXtPlease do have very good push at this point, which was their issue. Wow! Yes! I love seeing this hero. This is... maybe I don't like seeing him as much as I did at TI2, but I like this.
I like that he's coming back, especially because if he wants to come back in this meta, he kind of almost has to go fairly aggressive. AKA maybe shotguns and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do like seeing him again. Now, personally, I like to see him in the mid with Crystal Maidens, as was the thing that was done in the past. And it's still possible to have that as well, though it would put the Dragon Knight and the Alchemist together, which is not really ideal because then you've got 2 melee heroes on the safe lane. So I'm gonna assume the logical thing to put the Morphling still with the Crystal Maiden and the Alchemist on the top lane, Dragon Knight mid, as it looks like that from the hero picks as well. But it pains me a bit that it's not gonna be a Morphling Crystal Maiden middle.
Morphling Crystal Maiden middle is very good, but it's kind of hard to use against what Relax are doing. It would be very good if the Naga Siren goes mid, though. That would be what it's best at, and if we go through the lineup, it looks like it is going to be Nexus on the safe lane, so there's that. I'm sorry, Shiva.
That. Yeah, well, cat ladies, we already made this conclusion. So that does mean that we're going to have... No, that's not possible, because Tamar Wild is playing Enchantress. Something's wrong. They need to swap, please. Because otherwise we're gonna have Enchantress solo mid. Yay! Or they switched out roles, which could be possible as well.
Sorry, there was a door thing. Oh. What's happened?
Do you see which hero Tamar Wild is playing?
Tamar Wild is gonna be... okay.
Okay, but I'm thinking like the pause came out from neXtPlease. Now they can use this pause to decide what Relax is doing. So Relax can also still swap heroes after the pause is done. So why not just try to give the enemy a wrong idea? Because right now, I mean,
could be that.
This is It's
probably that, but yeah,
it might not be.
They're just playing different roles now. I'd be very surprised though, because Tamar Wild's been an exclusive mid player for a long time. So seeing him pick up gods is a bit odd.
But this is different. Let's take a look at who's playing what, because Dread has picked up a poor man's shield and got pulled 4 tangos. Thank you, team. So he's going to be taking on a farming role. Shaklo normally, or Shaslo apparently, pronounce it properly, pronounce it wrong rather. Is playing the Naga Siren, which, you know, he's normally playing the off lane, so we'll see. This is not a support Naga though, so that's nice. Oh, look at that tree ant. What the hell? It's fungus. Rubik is the support, obviously, played by Solo. And then we have got Turtle, as said, on the Enchantress, Tamar Wild, that is. And one hero next, it is Nexus, who is actually dying to Roshan right now.
30 seconds to die.
Is this a bait? Or... I'm very confused.
Oh god, I know why he did that.
Why did he do that?
Do you want to hear my reason?
What's your reasoning? There's no reason for that. Why would you just die on purpose?
They swapped heroes afterwards. He wants to have his own
He wants his cosmetics.
Yes, he wants his own cosmetics. He wasn't a stupid dragon and now he's on a lion.
That's awful. You just throw away gold for cosmetic items. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Well, it's nice to know they take their cosmetic items seriously.
But we knew that he was like cat lady and stuff, and so, you know, he wants to have a normal, like, his cosmetic. He even bought the Luna item, Luna set, so, you know, he cares about cosmetics.
Obviously he does. I mean, he's gonna have an okay I can't speak properly about this, but he's gonna have a good time in mid, because at least DK doesn't have huge base damage.
You have no right.
And actually with his Wraith Band, he has 1 attack damage higher. And he is ranged, of course, so he has got that advantage. But taking a look at, or if you can take a look at who is playing what for neXtPlease Gaming.
Yeah, on the side of neXtPlease, the carry for the team is going to be picking up that old school Waterman the Warfling, it's going to be on the top lane. He's going to be Red Light here on the Morphling. One of the supports for the team, the other going to be Illusionists up on the Alchemist. The second support for the team is going to be Razvi, again going on the Crystal Maiden. The offlaner for the team currently just doing some jungling. Probably makes sense. Might get killed if he was going up on that bottom lane here. It is going to be the Nature's Prophet. And mid, of course, for the team, it's going to be Keanu. Last time was on the Storm Spirit, perhaps died a little too much. He's on a hero a little bit tankier this time, though, on the Dragon Knight.
Yeah, and I have to say, I mean, I'm more happy now that I know that Mirana is middle. I'm kind of curious to see how she does, though, because I am not entirely convinced. Yes, she should be having an okay time up against a Dragon Knight, but she's not going to be able to kill off the Dragon Knight, and she's not necessarily going to win her lane. Like, she might play even, but she's not going to lose, but she's not going to win. Same thing as the Dragon Knight. In the meantime, we do have a bit of a rotation, perhaps coming out from my Crystal Maiden, who's now level 2. Alchemist does not have a stun, though, and he'll probably want to have level 2 before he actually tries to go for the next assassin, who already has got 1 point in his Spike Carapace. So might be able to juke some things if he pops it fast enough, but for now, they want to go. They're just that Alchemist needs to get like 20 more experience before he can get his stun. There we go. Now he has the stun. Now they can go. Dread, I think you might be in some slight trouble. Well, I say slight trouble, you might be in some big trouble. Frostbite comes out, Weeform as well. The Spike Carapace is not yet used. Now it gets used, but it's gonna be too late by now. The right clicks will be there. He tries to run away from this one. Has not got any tangos though, or at least he has them, but you know, good luck using them since they're on cooldown. First blood drawn by a Red Light, and that is gonna be Dread Dead. It rhymes. Awesome. I do like rhymes.
Brilliant. That'll upset all the crazy fanboys in chat.
Yep.
I'm sure chat will be perfectly fine after that. But yeah, Red Light getting the first blood there, very important for him because he's one of those heroes that's still crazy hard to play, and I almost feel like kind of needs gold advantage over his opponents in this sort of game. So it'll be interesting to see how this Morphling does. That's the biggest thing I'm interested on. I'm most impressed by how aggressive Dread was being in lane, even though I was certain he was going to die. We both knew he was going to die there. He still died for it. He's level 4 and a bit. He's not doing badly in his lane by any stretch.
He's not. In comes second rotation. Nexus has got a leap, but the Dragon Tail comes in. Follow up stun, follow up frostbite. Nexus still leaps, but is dead on the high ground. Second rotation from the supports. Second kill. I say second kill, but it actually says third kill. Oh yeah, because Nexus died in Roshan.
Suicided to Roshan.
Yes.
He's probably slightly regretting that now. Like, he's probably... I don't know, maybe Nexus isn't regretting that.
I don't think he's regretting that at all. He's like, at least I died with my cat.
He had to be sure that he was going to die with the cat. He's bringing a whole new crazy cat lady to like a whole new level there. I have never seen anybody... Crazy cat man. No, I'm going to call him crazy cat lady, because otherwise it's not a stereotype.
True. Oh, we have a haste rune. That's going to be a Dragon Tail. The mana is there for Keanu, except we'll have a Dragon... Well, actually, Dread... He has Spike Carapace, but he didn't use it before the sun came in. In comes a Frostbite, but might be able to take something here to the Dragon Knight. He has to run. Never mind, Dragon Knight lives to tell the tale, and it is Dread instead that is dead. Oh, I could do it. Sorry.
Could be a rapper in another life.
Instead,
MC Sheeps.
Dead. Or Rubik is looking for the Dragon Knight. He's not gonna find him though. Solo. I find it admirable that he thought he could do something. Just walks past Synergy. Oh well, why not? Oh, is there a Sprout? This could be trouble. Rubik. Telekinesis buying some time for him. The Treyons though blocking him. The right clicks keep coming. The block. It is so perfect. Not entirely perfect. Never mind. The right clicks didn't come in time. Didn't come enough rather, and that's Nature's Prophet back to farming, doing whatever he was doing beforehand.
Synergy. He needs more StarCraft APM then. Great blocking with the creeps, but he just right clicked on him with the Nature's Prophet. He needs to block him actively with the creeps and attack move with the Nature's Prophet. If he can do that, then you know. If he could do that, then I'll friggin' fall in love with him practically. I'd be impressed if he could do that.
That would be pretty impressive. I bet there's some people that can actually do that. Ooh, Impale here for Dread misses, but it's just for creeps, I guess. I guess Dread is still getting the levels, because he's almost level 6, and when that happens, we'll know that we'll see him active on the map. And Crystal Maiden, she's been rotating around, so she's still level 4. And she is pretty squishy. Nature's Prophet also actually kind of squishy, especially early on, especially since he has a Hand of Midas first item. Oh, Nexus. Dragon-tailed and stunned by the Alchemist. Leap Forward is still there, and it might be enough. It looks like it is enough. That is going to be Mirana living. And an arrow flying in will not hit on anything but a creep, though. Maybe Tame Wild. Yes, he can indeed make something happen there. That's a kill right there. That's a first kill on the board for Relax as they save their solo mid. And make sure that they get a return kill there for the overextension from neXtPlease. And I think we saw this previous game as well, where neXtPlease had a very good early game. But the moment that Relax started to be more relaxed in the way they ran their lanes, they just started dominating.
Yeah, one thing that Next have been very good is escaping from possible kill situations or making things extended. And in fact, on the top lane, they're going to get a kill.
Yeah, Impale coming out, a couple of right clicks needed. And that's going to be Morphling that. The one hero that was free farming, semi-free farming I say, because last hit-wise he's not doing as well as he did previous game. But that's a big loss. That is a big loss.
It is a big loss, and the Morphling needs to do a lot for them this game because their physical damage later is a little bit lacking. At the very least though, Next do have a plan, a sort of fallback plan, which is just Furion can just split push everything, and he's going to be farming up a Storm this game. That's their advantage. Something we haven't talked about though, bottom lane, Tiger in space.
Yeah.
He's up to 2.3k, he's got a Basilius.
Yeah.
He's going Radiance.
He's going Radiance.
He's absolutely going Radiance.
And it's you know, it's understandable. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, Nexus is going to be okay. But it's understandable that he's going for that because, you know, it's the one way to, it's one of those big items that will allow your team to just from that point onward start 5-manning and actually winning the game off of that if they get their momentum going. And it's so good. You can farm so fast with it, with your mirror images, getting those things. In the meantime, on the top lane, Crystal Maiden is already dead. Dread, not dead. Sentry Ward gets placed, but oh, weave form. Perhaps Red Light can get a steal. Blind weave form. Nah, he's on cooldown, and Dread is hiding. So it's only gonna be a Crystal Maiden kill from Relax.
Is he gonna go in on the Nature's Prophet? Yeah, he is.
Oh, and he misses
no,
the
so
Impale. Spike Carapace comes out, but I don't think it matters. That's gonna be not the kill. Moonlight Shadow. Oh my god, Dread. Is he gonna live this for this one? Next is actually coming in. Acid Spray coming in as well though. 6 health. Oh my god, he lives. And Nexus is actually in the Red Dire jungle.
Oh, on the bottom lane though, Razvi? Have you been caught out? No, he's managed to get himself away there, and actually
Rubik has got out. What is he doing there? That's the wrong side of the tower, buddy. Tower is gonna get denied, and the kill goes to neXtPlease. And I can't believe that Dread actually walked out of there. We still have Tame Wild getting chased down. There is gonna be another Dragon Tail. Breathe Fire is there in a second, and that should be a Frostbite. Breathe Fire. The nuke is there. Impetus on the Enchantress. If they can get one more off, then he would have gotten a kill in return, but with the Alchemist coming in with the Acid Spray and the stun, that's not going to happen. Another kill going the way of neXtPlease. That is 2 supports picked off. I mean, it's at least something that they get while not getting the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, the Rubik came in there to try and pick off anybody who was going to defend that tower, but as soon as Crystal Maiden got initiated on, they just TP'd people in, and Rubik that far behind a tower is a very, very sad Rubik at this point.
Yeah.
I'm still a little bit worried for Red Light here, because initially he looked like he was going to farm up a great amount. He got the first blood, and since then he's been shut down quite badly. In fact, he's only up to 41 CS. We're almost 10 minutes in. That's basically half what you can get.
Yeah, I agree. It's starting to look quite grim for him, and I like that Relax is doing a good job at making sure that there is basically almost always someone at the top lane to at least contest his farm. Looks like I'm going to be proven wrong, because Nexus is about to rotate away from the lane and rotates towards his teammates in the jungle instead. Oh my god, that Impale up on 2 by supports. Double kill for Dread. Well deserved. Of course, it was a fairly easy Impale to get from Vendetta, but that was still pretty shiny indeed. That tower looks to be going down here. Indeed, Dragon Tail coming out from Nexus as well as Breathe Fire. Nexus has got a leap, will be forced to use it soon. They still lost their Nature's Prophet, and maybe they can get Keanu as well. Telekinesis comes in. Do they have another Impale? No, no mana coming out from Dread as the Dragon just tries to run. Now they have an Impale, but they can't use it because the Dragon Tail was there in time. Keanu gonna be weave formed on, and actually that is gonna be a Breathe Fire. No, a Dragon Tail is actually stolen. Arrow hits though. No Dragon Tail needed as Nexus comes in to save the day. What got the last hit there? Was there actually still a creep around that got the last hit?
It was this little creep here. He's been following Nexus around. I'm gonna say though, Nexus almost threw his friends under the bus then. He had an arrow the entire time that they were running through the jungle here. This entire line, he's running straight, right?
Yep.
And there's no way he can go anywhere else. Nexus just held off on the arrow though. Either he didn't want the kill steal, or he kind of wanted one of his teammates to die. I guess he didn't want to, I don't know, maybe mana issues? That is something Mirana does come into, but
yeah.
He's going solo mid bottle. Like, he's probably had mana. He's probably just being greedy. Just being like, no, I want all this mana. There's no reason for me to throw arrow. We can kill him. And then the dragon turns around and burns everybody. And I guess he eventually decided to throw the arrow.
Well, we have got our relic on the board, though.
This is 12-minute relic.
This is a 12-minute relic. And without Midas, obviously. 12-minute relic. And they only have... Well, they have 1.5 tower down, I guess. Because the tower, the tier 2 got denied. But still, that's a lot. Arrow flies into the Roche pit right now. Actually hits on the Alchemist. So they know this is going on. But also, of course, neXtPlease now know that their enemies know. So they won't go in. That will be good.
Surprising they're actually stopping there. Because it doesn't look like Relax really want to commit to actually dealing with that Roshan. They threw that arrow in. But they could... possibly still have done that. It was taking them a long time too though, so that might be part of the issue.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow coming in. Nexus already thinking of coming in from the side here. Red Light as well as Keanu are here. He's standing around. Oh, he shows himself! Starstorm coming out. He might be able to get a Crystal Maiden. Arrow will miss. Oh, Frostbiting an illusion. Good job there. But that was close on the Crystal Maiden there. Nexus is sitting on a high ground. In the meantime, his team could probably use his help because they well, no, they don't need any help. Telekinesis to make sure that Nature's Prophet doesn't chase, and there's an untouchable healing touch enchantress that just runs away. So nobody ends up dying, and not even the tower.
Yeah, surprised that nobody died there, especially the Crystal Maiden. She did not have enough health to survive a waveform, but it looked like maybe Nagasira and Tiger in Space was just a little bit busy microing something else, because he had Riptide
they
at the
find
time.
Nexus. He leaps away though. Leaps away. Now Alchemist is charging up a stun, will end up stunning himself. Nexus thinking about landing an arrow. We'll try to run. Is there going to be a Dragon Tail? There could be, but no. Hello, Hastrun. Lucky Hastrun indeed. But this should be Roshan finally dying for neXtPlease.
I don't know about that, because right now on the top lane... Oh no, it looks like Tiger in Space. He's going to back off. If he hadn't have backed off then, he could have pressured Rax. And you can't afford to have your tier 3 tower taking damage at this stage of the game. It looks like they're gonna try and stop them.
Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous though.
Starstorm coming out, doesn't kill the Crystal Maiden again. Alchemist Stun is still gonna hit up on Nexus, but far enough away so that nobody can initiate up on him. Is that a weave form stolen again? Yep, weave form stolen again. Dragon Tail up on Dread. Arrow flies in though and hits on Keanu. Impale following up on that one. A mechanism keeps everybody of Relax up. They're ready to fight. Nature's Prophet is almost picked up, but does make it out in time, but the rest they have to run. Dragonite, you have to run. Nice Breathe Fire still up on 2, but run. No, you're not gonna run. You're gonna die. That's gonna be Keanu dead. That's the only one that they kill. A second one that they kill. That's 2 cores dead. 2 cores down on the side of neXtPlease.
This is a huge turn for Relax.
Yes.
They're gonna take the Roshan from this. Tiger in Space more than has enough money for his relic, and he's gonna get an Aegis. He's gonna be huge and large. Oh my god.
Mirana picks the Aegis
Resvi. Oh, I thought he was going to try and get that. Oh, no, he's dead. He's dead. No? No one...
No. They know he's
Guys?
there. Nyx Assassin? Oh, ooh, just close. But
it didn't look like the Mirana had leap.
No.
Otherwise, that was another extra free kill then. I thought Razvi's ulti would maybe do more damage, but it ended up just tickling them a little bit then.
Yep, and making them know where he was. As we have a rotation of Nyx Assassin in his Vendetta. finds himself a Nature's Prophet. Like, he doesn't... Oh, he has actually got mana boots, so why not? Oh, Impale, that's gonna be a kill. Mana boots? Or just hit him. This works too. Yep, Ownage being called. 10-6 is the kill score right now. A lot less kills than in the previous game. But once again, neXtPlease had a good start of the game. And then they lose one fight and everything is pulled back again. We have now Relax ahead in the gold graph, ahead in the experience graph, actually by 10k, which is a lot of experience going their way. And that mostly shows on the level 11s coming out for them, when there's no level 11 yet apart from the Morphling coming out for neXtPlease. But that's actually quite troublesome for neXtPlease.
Yeah, and a huge issue now is this Naga is going to farm up like crazy. She did actually get killed by the Morphling up on the bottom lane, which is really surprising because they didn't give her the Aegis as well, so a little bit out of position for her. I mean, that's pretty good for the Morphling. He's getting very close to his Lincolns now, but even so, Naga out-split pushes a Morphling. She out-farms him. She perhaps doesn't out-carry him late, but will the Morphling get as farmed as the Naga? Not even close. So, I mean, unless Red Light turns into the best player in the world right now, which, I mean, you know, he's been pretty good.
Yep, he has. They're looking to defend their tier 1 tower as the last tier 1 tower on the side of neXtPlease. And so far, I mean, there's only 2 towers standing after that. And that's something, again, from previous game as well, which neXtPlease did do better this time. But they've been getting early kills, but they've not been able to get early towers. And that's something that they're lacking, because they still have to deal with the massive amount of farming space that Relax gets. Tower gets denied, is nice enough. Second tower that gets denied on their side, Dragon Steel and Weaveform. Maybe Rubik will end up going down, but he steals Weaveform and gets away. And now Morphling in some trouble, gets lifted up. Still morphing into strength. We already have the Crystal Main picked up on the side of neXtPlease. It will be a 1-for-1 for now, as it is Dread that dies as well. Burning coming through from this Radiance right here. The Aegis will get picked up, and Kiano running for his life. Looks like they're just gonna try and chase him down, kill him off. I think they can. There is a Starstorm. There's an arrow if they want to. That's an illusion, but it doesn't matter. That's 2 extra kills. 1-for-1. In the end, it's 3-for-2 though. And again, Dragon Knight dies. Dragon Knight is struggling so much. Like, he's a solid mid-hero, but he has not been able to pull his weight, I find. And I actually like the way Morphling is dealing with his lack of farm better than the way that Dragon Knight is dealing with it. I mean, he's still trying to build his BKB, which is understandable, but it's not working out.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. Dragon Knight, he's more of a tempo controller. He's very sort of overall rounded hero. And Morphling isn't meant to be this good in the fights, but he's actually been performing very well for his team in the fights. If it wasn't for the Morphling joining these fights, it would be complete wipes for the side of Next. Morphling would be farming on the side, but it's not really worth it, and right now they're pretty much relying on him to make up for their mistakes at this point. I mean, maybe the rest of them can smoke up or something, but it's hard when there's a Nyx assassin scouting everybody out, as he's doing right now. And
they might actually be setting up for a kill, as we do have Nexus coming in. The Impale will come in, as well as the Arrow, which will get the kill. Nicely done. And solid kill, to be honest. I mean, it might just be a support, but this is just extra gold still for Relax, as that Mirana is starting to farm up. She is still a bit of a glass cannon, though. Oh,
Mirana's always a glass cannon.
Oh, he actually is not going for this. No, he shouldn't. Too much coming around. There's actually Dragon Form picked up by Rubik, and that's going to be a Starstorm to finish it off. Nyx Assassin with the last hit, and I have to say, I mean, this started to go from bad to worse for neXtPlease. They can't really find momentum. However, Morphling is starting to get better, but he only just has a Linken's, in which case you can kind of compare him to a Weaver a bit. You need your Linken's before you can start building into damage items, and he is far from having his damage items.
Yeah, he's far from that. That said, he has been fighting very well for the team, so maybe they'll have a chance, but at this point, Relax are snowballing far out of the control of Next, and their Dragon Knight is not managing to achieve what he needs to. At this point, I mean, look how crazy Dread's running up. He doesn't even care. He probably should care, though.
Well, Spike Carapace up on 3 though, Impale up on 2, Weaveform, they want to try and take down Dread here. Might be able to do so. Linken's is already popped, the Telekinesis still comes out. Dragon Knight, oh, that's actually not Dragon Knight, that's Rubik. Rubik will run away. We'll leave Dread to die. And it looks like his movement was not really worth it, as maybe they can find another one. They know Rubik is there and he doesn't have any momentum items, but in comes an arrow up on red light, getting baited into chasing Nexus instead, who still has a leap. They still find the Rubik who stole the unstable concoction and is actually maybe stunning himself. He's stunning himself, will die. Still, 2 for 0. Good for neXtPlease. Now, if Relax keeps doing things like that, then they definitely still have a chance.
Yeah, that was just one of those unlucky situations where you run into a sentry ward on a Nyx assassin, and then suddenly your team expects to be able to try and follow up, and in reality, you're getting initiated on, you've been caught out, you need to try and get the hell out of there, or just abandon your Nyx there. They got maybe a little bit overconfident, they thought they had, you know, more of an advantage than they do. Obviously they're ahead, but yeah, I'm really impressed by how Red Light's playing in this game. The problem is his counterpart on the other team is Tiger in Space, who's getting ridiculous numbers of creeps killed.
Oh, this is...
It's pretty crazy.
I mean, he's sitting on a 200 mark, and I mean, even if right now, like, they're both doing okay, Naga Siren will just always farm faster than the Morphling with the Radiance. There's just no other way. You have 4 heroes, 4 Radiance burns. You might not get the experience of all the creep, aka Morphling might level faster, even though that's not the case either. But you're not gonna be. Oh, that's gonna be a Crystal Maiden dead. But you're not gonna be able to outfarm the Naga Siren as they teleport themselves out. Alchemist will end up stunning himself, and yeah, nice song coming out there. I almost forgot that they had that because I think that was the first song that we saw this game.
I think it's the second. I'm pretty sure we saw one earlier. No, maybe you're right. It's the first song. Either way, it's a big tactical advantage for them to be able to do that, and Morphling, he is starting to get going on his shotgun now, so maybe they can catch out the Naga Siren, but soon she's going to be level 16, and then it's going to be pretty much impossible for them to actually get a good fight for them, unless the Naga Siren gets, you know, chain stunned or killed very, very quickly at the start of the fight, which is unlikely.
Oh, Dragon Tail and Illusion coming out from Kayano. Needs to run from this. In comes Vendetta, the Impale, the Impetus. That's one dead Dragonite. Alchemist tries to run from this. They go for Morphling instead. The higher priority target. The Lincolns is already off. The Telekinesis. He's morphing into strength. He's trying to teleport himself out. And the Impale comes in. No teleport for Red Light. Double kill for Nexus. Alchemist. I thought he was going to be able to run, but he actually was chased down by Saklo, and that's going to be 3 dead on the side of neXtPlease, and that is going to be a tier 2 tower, the second one on the side of neXtPlease, and I'm actually kind of thinking perhaps they can go for tier 3 as well, as a Radiant
They
Courier
can
still got
definitely
picked
at
up
least
by Nature's
try
Prophet.
and pressure the base right now. They probably won't get a Rax from this. They'll definitely get a tier 3. Next, they need to try and regain some map control from the fights they're doing well. Synergy's trying to do what he can right now with the Nature's Prophet, but there's no way he can split push enough to actually stop them doing this. Oh no, it looks like they're backing off a little bit here.
Yeah.
Maybe just the creep. Oh god, I've forgotten the word. when you jump and you stop the creep waves, like from pushing in, so they can't push your tower. Jesus, this is the worst thing. Yeah, creep skipping. Ugh, that's like, how do you forget that? But the creep skipping stopped them from being able to. Whatever. Yeah. I can speak English too. Yeah. It's totally not my native language.
Yep. Nope. What is your native language?
English.
British.
I'm English.
You could say British.
Yeah. British. It's English in a slightly posher accent.
Yes. Well, Nature's Prophet at least doing that right, but yeah, he can't really split push against oh, Vendetta. Oh, that's gonna be Lincoln's popped. And Morphling arrowed. Starstorm still morphing into strength. They might try to turn this around. Still a lot of people stunned up by the Nyx Assassin's by Carapace, who gets forced up onto the high ground, and it is neXtPlease that is the one that starts running away from this one. Alchemist dropping very low already from an Impetus, as Enchantress just died from that. This Tamar Wild Enchantress, haven't really seen her that much, but she has a double damage room right now and an Aghanims. You're not gonna live through that. Dragonite drops again. Dread, where are you going? That's not your base. Does he really want to go to the shop or something?
Dread's a big shopping fan. Yeah. I hear.
And
I mean, like, mostly he's a dying fan at this point,
He's forcing
right?
his teammates to try and come and save him. Pale already missed. Spike Carapace on cooldown. Arrow, Nexus, Starstorm. They take down the Morphling. It was the Ultra bait, and they get the Alchemist as well. I can't believe if that, like, I don't know if that was just incredibly stupid and his teammates saved him from his stupidity, or that was just incredibly smart and everybody got baited into dying, even though he just missed an impale and they missed an arrow as well. It is the game of missed spells. They still get the Crystal Maiden though, as Rubik did have to pay for that with his life. Whoa, synergy, careful there. Teleports out, Gem of True Sight drops on the floor, but they'll be able to pick that up and take it home. I don't know, was it stupidity or was it just braveness?
I'm calling it. That's stupidity turned into a good fight by them. That's just his teammates saving him. There's no way he actually wanted to be doing that right there. That's... Even on a Nyx Assassin, which is a pretty good hero for escaping from people, do you actually want to be in the enemy base at that point? It's not like there were only a couple people up or anything either. Like, people were respawning. He was in a bad situation. His teammates saved him.
And then he still got killed.
Yeah, I mean, he still died afterwards, but I think it was kind of worth it for them.
In the end, it was definitely worth it. Nature's Prophet, is he gonna teleport out? Yes, no telekinesis, no vision coming out there in time for the Rubik to do anything about that. Lucky Nature's Prophet. It's now bottom instead. I mean, he's trying. Admirably, he's trying. The tier 3 on the top lane hasn't really felt his wrath just yet, nor did the tier 2 on the bottom lane, but, you know, I like his efforts.
Yeah, a big problem with trying to split push as a Nature's Prophet is when a Naga Siren is doing exactly the same thing, is there's no way you're going to TP out if the Naga Siren catches you, and it's quite likely that the Naga will catch you because her job is to be doing exactly the same thing as you. So you're going to meet each other and... Oh, Nexus.
Yep, picked up. No time for leap, and the gem is once again on the deck of neXtPlease. They want to try and turn this around though? No, they can't. Not without initiation arrow. Oh, they have the Rubik initiating though. Is everybody here? There is a Nature's Prophet teleporting in as well. The song comes in to save the life of the Rubik at least. They are actually... Oh, they're lining up for a 3-man impale. This should be hitting. Should be good. BKB still turned on by the Dragon Knight. Crystal Maiden is in trouble. Tries to run away from this one. As we have the Alchemist as well as the Nature's Prophet already dropped. Teleport out from the Dragon Knight. Realizes that his team is not winning this fight. Red Light cannot teleport out anymore though. And the GG actually comes out. That is going to be a 2-0 for Relax as they beat Next Gaming, or neXtPlease rather, to the loser bracket of the Yard Wide Festival. I have to say this was the first time I saw neXtPlease, and I am impressed with them rather. But Relax just they definitely outplayed them still.
Yeah, Next definitely have some talent on their team. They definitely have the ability to take these games. They were just lacking a little bit in their sort of tactical nous, I think. Relax just sort of knew what they had to do in the games, whereas there were definitely points where Next looked around and were like, what do we actually... how do we achieve what we need to get?
Wait,
how do we get the farm on Morphling? Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that is like... You kind of have to... It's just the fact that they're a new team. They'll definitely improve upon that as long as they stay together. Yeah. Which, of course, being an Eastern European team, you know.
Yeah, it's risky. You can't really you can't necessarily know that they are actually staying together. You know.
I hope they do though, because I'm definitely impressed with some of their play this game.
Yeah, they have been indeed very strong. And it's interesting to see them. Like, it's an old school team, that's for sure. So. Who knows? Maybe it's gonna work out for them, and maybe they get to play in more tournaments, because I think that's a very key thing to keeping a team together. Always having something to do.
Yeah, exactly. Which should happen as well, because the European scene right now is really good for tournaments. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that you can play pretty much whenever. Lots of open, sign-ups and stuff like that. It's good to get the practice in.
Well, we have got one, or at least, well, let's rephrase that. Like today, in total for the Yard Wide Festival, there are a total of 3 best of 3s. Now, one of the two